Hello everyone. My name is Diana. I am the voice behind the Unearthing the Gift videos. I do have another video where I have shown my face before, but I wanted to try doing some of these talking to the camera intros or sometimes videos. So this is my first try and we'll see how it goes from here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about a type of notebook that I have been using for a few years. It is the Think Ink notebooks by Designed Works. I think it's the brand. I have they make a lot of different notebooks. I really like the quality of paper that they have, so I will be showing you guys in a little bit the different notebooks that I have and doing a little review of the ones that I have used. And I'll show you some of the new ones that I have purchased. I think that these notebooks are really great for people who enjoy journaling. They're also a little underrated, so a lot of people talk about all the other brands like the Moleskine, the Leuchtturm, and the Stalogies. So I do have a list of those as well that I want to try. I usually do not buy fancy notebooks. Actually, my favorite notebook to journal in is a composition notebook, and I was journaling in composition notebooks for many years, as well as just journaling on any kind of notebook that I could get my hands on. So I think it was last year where I was reflecting on how I wanted to bring a little bit more romance into my journaling practice. So one of the ways of doing that for me was to get a fancier notebook and maybe a fancier pen so that I could bring some like joy, and it was just like a little more intentional kind of journaling. You could be intentional with a regular notebook, but this was something that I felt that I wanted to try some fancier notebooks. So since I usually use composition books, they're like $1 at the dollar store, or maybe like $5 at Myers or Target when you get the nicer composition books. So for me, spending like $12 on a journal was like fancy. So some of the notebooks that I will show you were $12, and sometimes I would get them on sale for like $10 or $8. So I hope to use to purchase some more of the Think Ink notebooks, and I really like that they have like a variety of the same type, so different colors but the same kind of type of notebook, which I will show you shortly. So they have these other ones that I'm eyeing. They're like a lab book kind of look, and I am interested in trying those out next. So let's go to the table so I can show you the notebooks. Okay, so as I was mentioning, I'm just doing a brief review of the Think Ink notebooks. They have a very large variety of notebooks in their brand. So these are the first ones that I saw. I found them at my local Myers store, which is like a Target or Walmart in the Chicago area. And I first picked, I think I bought one, and then I decided that I wanted to buy 4 so that my whole journaling for the year was here. And I plan to add like stamps along the side with the year that I journaled in. But I have already purchased all the different versions of this style of notebook. So they have this one with the design is pretty minimal. So let me show you. Maybe I wanted to mention that I have purchased all the variants of this version. So there's the one with the cactus, the one with the anchor, the arrows, and I think that's it. So then I bought another cactus. Let's see. So I want to show you a little bit of like the features. So what I liked about the notebook was that it was a big notebook. So as I mentioned, it is by Design Works Ink. Now the journals have this additional brand on it called Think Ink, but it's still by Design Works. What I liked about the notebook is that they lay flat, and that's something that I like in a notebook. I have some pictures here of family and ultrasound pictures. I wonder if I can maybe choose the other one. Not sure if I pasted pictures. Yep. Well, these are my kids when they're younger. So it has a hard cover, I guess. And it has this canvasy feel, and it's already coming apart, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this one to glue back. But it has this kind of seam. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of all the things. Like, I don't know the name of this kind of seam. But I do like that it lays flat. And with this notebook, I was doing some annotations where I would highlight things that maybe I could go back to. So it has a bullet key content page. This is a notebook that I use from November 27, 2020 to March 7, 2021. It has space for you to write your personal information. These are my daughters. So that's the first page. So I started taping pictures in that first page. It has this page, which is normally the composition books, I think, just like some conversion facts. I usually leave the first page empty, but they all have this kind of format with the dates at the top, so you can circle the month and the date, and then it has a line for subject. I usually didn't add a subject, since the kind of journaling that I did here was very well, reflective journaling, but sometimes I wrote about different things that were on my mind. Especially this one, I think I was using through some classes, so there's some journaling or some note-taking going on as well. So I like that they lay flat. I like that they're pretty durable, with the exception of how the cover is kind of coming undone. But they lasted me, I mean, they're lasting a while, and they're not falling apart completely. I also like the paper. The paper is not super thick, but it takes a lot of different kinds of ink very well. So as you can see here, I use a lot of gel ink, but I have also tried fountain pens in this notebook, as well as ballpoint pens, because I like all the pens. Any pen I can get my hands on, I will use. So there's really no bleed through, and because I usually just journal because it's something that I enjoy. I'm not used to like doing the pen test that I have seen in other people's videos, so I don't have like that page with the pen testing. But I think I might try that in the new one that I'm going to start. So I'm just doing kind of a quick flip through here, so you can see a lot of my journaling is longhand journaling, but I really enjoyed putting the date there. Sometimes I would write something, like here I was doing whether it was morning, what day it was, whatever I was thinking about, reflections from the first day of the Grand Makers Institute. So I really enjoyed this notebook. And I enjoyed it so much that I purchased 3 other ones. So for the whole year of 2021, I was journaling in these types of notebooks. So this one's from October to... Oh, this one actually lasted me a whole year, because I must have had multiple notebooks going on here. So something that I do with my journals is at the end, so I don't use the first page. And then at the last page, I usually draw some kind of symbol to close down the notebook. And maybe what I should start doing is draw a symbol at the beginning of the page to kind of dedicate the notebook. That's something that I didn't think about before. So yeah, I really love these ones. I wish there were other kinds, variations of this same type of notebook. I don't know how many pages it has. Oh, 144 lined pages. So in this version, I never saw any other notebooks that maybe had like dotted or grid pages. I think they might make some that are dotted and gridded, but these ones of this type, they're all lined. So let's see, what else do people usually... So it has a lot of pages. Each notebook, when I was writing consistently, and just these ones, they would last me like 3 months, except for this one where it lasted me a whole year because I had multiple journals going. So I didn't always have to journal in this one. And these ones I reserve, like these kinds of journals where there's a lot of writing, I kind of reserve those for really journaling where I have to process different things, or if there's like emotions that thoughts or feelings, experiences that I need to kind of like work through or work with. That's what goes in these journals. Let's see. This one is the journal from my pictures of my daughters, June 10 to October 21st. I'll just do like a quick flip through. So it has some little odds and ends here. Oh, maybe I should show you the back. So at the end of the journal, there's also this holiday overview with holidays for a lot of different countries and a range of 5 years. Then there's this space for important dates that I didn't really use. And then you get to the end. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if I can put some blurry windows. Yeah, so let's see. As I mentioned, it takes ink pretty well. So this one, sorry, I bumped the camera. This one, they also have this ribbon, which I really liked because it was a space saver for me, so I know where the next page was. So the colors of the lines and dates at the top match the color of the ribbon, which I think that was really cool. So here I used a lot of ballpoint pen, like these ones, the big crystal pens, and there was no bleed through, or you can see a little bit of shadow there, but not enough to like interfere with you reading what you wrote. So yeah, I really enjoyed these notebooks, and I'm happy that I decided to try out a nicer notebook for my journaling because it did make it more enjoyable. So this one is from March 8th to June 10th. So I kind of show them out of order. And as I mentioned, because of the ribbon matches the color of the lines and dates, and then the little binding here. I have here some pictures that I should probably tape somewhere, and some important information that I shouldn't be showing. And what is this? Appointment card. Yeah, so I always use a different kinds of inks, and the notebooks take the ink really well. Something that I don't usually use in my notebooks is markers. So I think that maybe markers might not be the best. I don't know. I will do a pen test, and I'll share a mini video of that once I do. Anyway, so I really love having this set of 4 notebooks that I journal in for a year, and I hope to get some of the other versions that I have seen and get like the different colors that they have. And these ones were, I think they were like $13 when I got them. I was looking at their notebooks on Amazon, and some of them are like 16. They can go all the way up to $27. So then we come to these two. When I bought them, these are new. When I bought them, I didn't know they were from the same brand, the Think Ink Design Works. So they haven't updated, what is this, tag? So now they say Think Ink, but it's still by Design Works. And I saw that they have a lot of other things. They have like traveler's notebook covers. So they have a lot of stuff to check out. So as I was mentioning, when I got these two, I didn't know that they were by the same brand, but when I opened them up and I saw they had the same kind of style of dates, that kind of told me, oh, maybe they're by the same people. So this is the one I'm going to start next. I really like that it lays flat. It doesn't have all the information like the tables and times that the other one did. It also doesn't have a ribbon, and it's smaller. I don't know the sizes, but it's smaller than the other one that I just showed. These notebooks stay at home. They don't travel. I don't take them places with me. So that's something to consider. I think if you're going to be traveling with the notebook, they might show more wear and tear. If they have mini pocket ones, I think I would test it out to see how they handle like being in a bag, thrown in and out of a bag often. So this is the one I'm going to be starting next because the journal I just finished, it's a different kind. It's not by Think Ink, but I'll do a different video showing the notebooks I'm using. So then this is another one that I got. I think I got this one at Target. And I think it was like $15 and this one was $10. And I don't usually feel interested in yellow things, but I did at this time. So it has this like, I don't think it's leather, it's like a faux leather kind of feeling, and it has a pocket. I think it's really nice. I feel afraid of writing in it, but I'm saving it for the winter. Because I like how bright and yellow it is, and since we're going into spring right now, I feel like I don't need the yellow color therapy. I will need it in the winter when it's all gray and dark. But I'll just do a flip through. So it has some lines here for you to write your name, your information. It has the same kind of style with the dates and the subject as the first notebooks I showed. This one has 180 pages and this one has 224 pages. Interesting. So something that concerned me with this one was that it looks, so this looks like a notebook cover that would be reusable, and it's not. It's a notebook that once I write in it, it will be done, and I cannot reuse this cover. So I was kind of, I didn't like that. I didn't like the feeling of that. Maybe it's because it has a leather look to it. I felt that it needed to be reusable. So this one does come with a ribbon, and so I mentioned that this one feels very fancy and I feel a little afraid to use it. So I'm debating whether when I do use it, should I save it for my like poetry? Sometimes I think that poetry is something that can what is that word? Poetry is something that belongs into a fancier book, although that's not true always. Because this is where I have been writing my poetry, and this is just a little pocket book, and in 2020 I was writing poetry and little index notes. So it's just my mind trying to find reasons to use the notebook, and I feel guilty about it. So that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed the composition books, because I don't have to think too much about the writing or the tools, because it's just a composition notebook and they're not super expensive, and I can finish one and start another one. So I might have to do some reflecting on this one, but this one I am planning to start very soon, maybe like today, because I already finished my other journal where I was writing. I wanted to show a couple of other notebooks that I think are a little underrated. I guess they are under radar too. Anyway, so these are, do they have a name? Oh, I don't remember the name of these ones. I bought them as a set. Well, no, they were separate, but they came in this nice plastic bags. This one I'm using already, and this one I haven't used yet. Have I? Oh, I have used it. What is this for then? Okay. That's the other thing. I have left some notebooks half finished, and I am not happy about that. Okay, so this one I started when I was doing the Moon Guide Facilitator training, and I didn't continue writing my moon work in here, so that's what I should do on these pages. I think the name of the brand is Pauper. That kind of sounds like right. That sounds right. I'll look them up and see if I find them on Amazon or online somewhere. So I thought these were new, but it turns out that they are not new, but they are just not finished. These are like super fancy, in my opinion of fancy. They were not that expensive. I think they were like $15, maybe $20. But I did get them when I was into that, just thinking about adding a little bit more to my journaling practice, like to enjoy writing in a fancy notebook. These ones even have gold edges and the ribbon and a really nice hardcover design. So this one is the Moon Guide, so for my moon work, and this one I started it because I wanted to keep like a little simple book of shadows or book of methods, book of changes, like Benebell Wen calls them, but they're not finished. They're kind of works in progress. I do think these are really nice notebooks as well. I would love to leave a collection of these behind for my grandchildren to read about how life was when I was around. I don't have any no composition books, but I wanted to just share like the different kinds, if I have any over here. So sometimes there are some nicer composition books at the store, not the ones with the marble cover. And this one especially has like this really bright paper. So I was journaling in this one from October to I was doing some doodling to November. Oh, this one only lasted a month, so I was doing a lot of journaling here. So I like composition books, and when they're nice, when they have like a nice design and nice paper, they're even more enjoyable to use. But I have used a lot of different notebooks. I'm not that picky with the notebooks I write in, whatever I can get my hands on. Even like well, actually, I'm not gonna lie, not a spiral. Not a spiral bound notebook, at least not for my journaling. I have used these for like note taking or making lists of like groceries, or when I was doing readings for people, I would write down my notes here and then have it available for my audio recording. But mostly I do enjoy a nice composition book, like this one that I started to use. Oh my god, I have a problem with starting notebooks and not finishing them. So yeah, I have to add this one to the pile of unfinished. So that was kind of a rambly notebook chatty video. I do recommend the Think Ink brand notebooks and also the composition books. These ones are, I got this one at Walmart. It says it's the Class Act brand. By Pink, illustration by Pink Light Studio. And these ones are also nice. But they're so fancy that I feel like they need like a really important subject to be written in them. So in my mind, that's one of the downsides of fancy notebooks, at least for me. Well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what notebooks you use. Are you faithful to one brand, or do you care about a brand, or is it more like the type of paper, the size, whether it lays flat or not? Tell me your notebook desires and needs. Thank you for watching.